So I saw this wonderful comic that I'm going to be talking about at least for the next 24 hours. And it was these two people meet at a networking event, and the conversation bubble over somebody's head is, hey, what do you do? And then in parentheses, and how can I exploit that for my own selfish advancement? And so there's this question, what do you do? And there's a way that I've kind of been bagging on that question a little bit, what do you do? And I want to give it some love this morning. So, but I want to do it in a way that will inspire a new type of connection and invite you, yes, at 9 a.m. to bring out a little bit of creativity. So, scattered on this table, and that desk, and that table are a bunch of cards that have a photo on one side and a quote on the other. We're going to ignore the quote side and just focus on the photo. And so in a moment, I'm going to invite you to get up and go shopping. And you're going to go shopping and pick a card with an image that represents the problem that you solve, not what you do necessarily. Pick a card that represents the problem that you solve, and then pair up with somebody, and using that image, share that. And the reason we're using imagery, how many of you ever met somebody and remember their face but not their name the next time you saw them? Does anybody know why? So our brains, so there's a couple reasons. One is you just didn't care enough, and I can't help with that. The second reason is that our brains are actually wired to encode visual memory, visual data into long-term memory. And language and numbers tend to go into short-term memory. And so you get somebody's name, you see their face, and as soon as you remember their face, 15 seconds later, their name is gone. Or you didn't care enough. So this is going to have pairing a visual with what you do is hopefully going to be able to, one, invite some creativity on your end, because you got to create what that is. I'll give you an example. And then two, it's going to be way more sticky in somebody else's brain if you can show them something. You're like, oh, you're the guy who talked about the tricycle and how you get people to move forward in their business, blah, 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 blah. So the example that I'll give you is, so I'm choosing this photo of a girl laying on the ground with a mustache and big fuzzy eyebrows, looking kind of silly, making a funny face. There's a way that the problem that I solve is that I get to go into organizations that sometimes hop into a routine of maybe asking the same questions or doing the same thing, and I get to shake up that routine and invite them to step outside of where they're comfortable or where their normal place, the normal way of doing things is. Cool. So again, really quick, you're going to grab a photo that represents a problem that you solve in your work, and then you're going to pair up with somebody that you have not met yet and swap reasons why you chose that card, and then go find a new partner. Find two partners, and then sit down. Cool? You have 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.